Hey y'all, it's Ashley Bookishrealm and I'm back with another video. I am here today to talk a little bit about some series that I want to start before 2021 ends. Not complete, just series that I am interested in starting, and I've done a couple of these videos. I think in the past I've done like series that I have completed, series that I need to finish. I recently did series that I am not going to complete, and I know that I did make a list of like SFF books that I want to read before 2021 ends. So this stack that I have beside me is a good range in terms of like genre, age categorization, as well as format. I have a couple of manga series on here that I want to start, so let's go ahead and jump right in. The first one that I have on my list is Iona of the Dawn. I wanted to start this one because of the fact that Shay and Izzy talked so highly about Iona of the Dawn. It has a lot of volumes out, and it's not one that I think I would have picked up without their recommendation. I know that it does focus on a young girl by the name of Iona, who I think witnesses a family tragedy and then becomes displaced, and it is about her journey and figuring things out. But I've heard great things about each volume that Izzy and Shay read, so I was like, I've got to hop on this train and definitely check out Iona of the Dawn. The next series that I want to start is Spy Family, and this is one that I think has been making its rounds on BookTube as well, and I have volume 1, and this is about a spy named Twilight who is very well known for going undercover and saving the world from imminent disasters. But this is a story about a mission that he gets where he has to get married and has to take care of a child, and I think that there's going to be some type of humor related to the series because it's not what he typically does. So I can't remember how many volumes of this are out, but I don't think I have as many volumes to read to catch up with the series as I do with like Iona. The next one that I have on this list is Gideon the Ninth by Tamsin Muir, and this is one that BookTube absolutely loved. I think the second book is Harrow the Ninth, or I can't remember. It's if I probably got that wrong, but you definitely can see the corrected title on the screen. But I know that BookTube has absolutely loved this book, and this one had a tagline of being like lesbian necromancers in space, which I don't know where that came from or how that started circulating, but it definitely did circulate like that around BookTube. But I am excited to read this one. I'm nervous because it's not something that I typically read, but I think it is one that I will enjoy. So many people have enjoyed this book and really just have loved I think there's only 2 books out right now. I don't know if there's going to be more, but so many people have enjoyed them that I think that I ought to give it like a fair chance and actually start it and read it, especially since I have a copy on my shelf. The next one that I have is Princess Jellyfish. So I actually have started this. I just never finished this book, and I own the second volume of this one as well, and this is about Tsusakimi, and she lives in this house that is specifically for geek girls who geek out on everything from trains to, I don't know, let's just say plants. It's probably not something, but I couldn't think of anything else. And she specifically is interested in jellyfish, and she ends up meeting this really cute and fashionable girl, which is what the other household members like. They try to avoid women like her, but there's this unlikely friendship that develops between the two of them. I've heard nothing but great things about Princess Jellyfish, and I think I just saw, okay, I didn't know that the beginning of some of these chapters had color pages. You know, with manga sometimes it's such a huge thing because, you know, it's typically in black and white, so it's always nice to see some fully color-based pages. Yeah, that's really pretty. The next series that I want to start, that I've been meaning to start for years, is Death by Dumpling by Vivian Chen. This is a cozy mystery series. It's the Noodle Shop mystery series, and I'm hoping in October I can read some cozy mysteries. I have another cozy mystery series on here that I really want to start. This is about Lena Lee, who ends up going back to her family's restaurant, which she didn't want to do because her mother is constantly trying to set her up with somebody to marry because her mother wants her to have a husband so badly. And then of course, someone ends up dying, and in this it is the property manager, and it's because he had some shrimp dumplings. So now they're trying to figure out who gave the shrimp dumplings to the property manager, because everyone knows that he has a shellfish allergy. So this is probably going to be crazy. I know that I'm probably going to enjoy it. I think that cozy mysteries are pretty formulaic, but what's great about this one is that it's quite difficult sometimes to find some diverse cozy mysteries. They're out there, but they're not as popular or as well talked about as other cozy mysteries written by white women featuring white characters. So I think that this will provide a kind of different flair for me. The next cozy mystery series that I have here is Brownies and Broomsticks, and this one I think is going to be interesting to read because it is a little different from the traditional like bakery cozy mystery. I like food-based cozy mysteries, so if you know any, let me know in the comments below. But I think that this one is a little different because it does include magic, and it focuses on a character by the name of Katie, who was working at a bakery in Ohio, but decides that she was going to move to Savannah to work in her aunt and her uncle's bakery, and that's when she finds out that her aunt is actually a witch, and when she's baking she's actually creating spells at the same time. So that should be a very interesting premise. I know I've heard some people say that they really have enjoyed the series. I don't know how many are in the series right now or if the series is complete, but here we are, book one. I gotta start somewhere. The next one that I have here is Forbidden Promises by Cynthia Williams, and I've heard great things about this book, this author, everything that she has written. I think Bethany has pretty much enjoyed everything that she has read by Cynthia, and this one focuses on a heroine by the name of India who is going home to visit family and was trying not to make her stay, I don't think, that extensive, but her brother needs help with a political campaign, and she didn't want to be there because she was going to run into her sister's ex-boyfriend and ex-husband, and prior to this hero marrying her sister, they had kind of like a passionate kiss, but nothing ever came of it. He ends up marrying her sister, so now he's like, I shouldn't come between her and her sister, but this probably is the love of my life, so how do I handle that situation? And I'm actually really interested to seeing how that dynamic is going to play out and what will happen between the sisters. So right now I think there are 3 books in the series, of course this being the first. The next one that I have is Love in Catalina Cove by Brenda Jackson. I think last year I read 2 books, or maybe I read 1 book by Brenda Jackson and I read my second one this year. I've had Love in Catalina Cove on my shelf for a minute and I need to get to it. It focuses on a character by the name of Vashti, and she ends up leaving Catalina Cove, Louisiana, because of some things that have happened in her past. She ends up coming back to run family B&B, and she meets, I think he's the sheriff. Yeah, he's the new sheriff, and they don't have a good first interaction, but I'm guessing based on the premise they end up falling in love with each other. So maybe one of those trips where it's like, I don't like you in the beginning, but eventually they get to know each other and they end up falling in love. There are 4 books in the series, and I need to get to it because everyone that has read Love in Catalina Cove has really enjoyed it. The next one that I have on here is A Hunger Like No Other. This is the first book in the Immortals After Dark series by Cressley Cole, and I should have started this book, to be honest with you, because Izzy and Charles did a whole group read of the Immortals After Dark series, and I was going to start it, I was going to keep up, but things in life got hectic, especially with like my job reopening, and I never was able to keep up or start the series like I wanted to, and I actually ended up having the first 3 books. I don't know if you would categorize these as paranormal romance. I think they are paranormal romance that have werewolf, you know, entities in them. I'm not sure, but this is one that I do need to start. The next series that I want to start is the 6th World series by Rebecca Rowan Horace. The first book in the series is Trail of Lightning, which everyone has absolutely ranted and raved about and loved it. Focuses on Maggie, who is essentially a monster killer, and she is, I think, looking for a missing girl, and she starts unraveling some greater, deeper secrets, and she ends up connecting with the medicine man, and they're searching the Reds, trying to find, or they're finding different clues that are related to like ancient legends. But I've heard great things about this series, and I have the second book, and I still haven't started Trail of Lightning. I don't know why I haven't started Trail of Lightning, but one of these days I will do it. I have to do it before 2021 ends. Next one that I have is the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. I completed my goal last year of reading my first N.K. Jemisin book. I'm very proud of myself because I really did end up enjoying it. So what's going to end up happening is I believe that in the fall, Bethany is going to be doing a group read of this series. So there should be no excuse as to why I haven't read the series. I think I'm a part of that. I think I'm saying I'm a part of that, and I don't even know, but we've talked about reading this and her plans to read this in the fall or reread it, because I believe that she's read at least the first two. Maybe she's read the whole trilogy, but I don't even know how to describe what this is about, so I'm not going to try. But it's N.K. Jemisin. Absolutely loved the first book that I read from her last year, so I'm excited to pick up another one by her. The next one that I have is Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky. This is by Kwame Mbalier, and this is part of the Rick Riordan Presents line. I hate that Target puts those stickers on their books. It's so annoying. But I started this book and I did not end up finishing it. This is a book that draws on, I believe, both African and African American mythology, and it's about a boy by the name of Tristan, and he ends up going to his grandparents. I think it's their farm. Yeah, it's their farm in Alabama, and he ends up slipping into like this mysterious world. I was doing a blended read of this, and I was listening to the audio, and it was good, and I don't know why I didn't finish it, to be honest with you. So I technically have started this one as well, kind of like Princess Jellyfish, but I do need to go ahead and finish it because listen, I gotta finish it. I gotta finish this one. And the last one that I have on here is another Rick Riordan Presents, and this one that I've been talking about for at least a year now. This is Arushanna End of Time by Arushanna Chotsky, and I still haven't read this book. There's so many TBRs in which I talk about this book, and I can't for the life of me ever figure out like why haven't I like done the whole thing and just picked up the book and started reading it. I don't know why, or at least like get the audiobook, do a blended read or something, and I can't figure out why I haven't done it yet, and it's aggravating and frustrating. And I'm hoping and praying that 2021 is the year in which I get the thing done, but you know, who knows. So this is on the list for the 100th time, and I'm hoping that I actually do get it done this year. All right, y'all, so those are some series that I want to start in 2021. Let me know in the comment box below if there are any series in particular that you're interested in starting before the year is over with. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content from me, click the subscribe button, hit the bell for notification. If you're interested in following me on social media or supporting this channel, all links will be down in the description box below, and I'll be back with another video soon.